Hey guys, it's Taiga here. Before this video starts, I want you guys to click that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you know when all my videos come out. Enjoy! Hello my cublings, what's up? It's Taiga here back with a brand new video. So today, I am here going to be playing Crystalline once again. I have been trying to figure out what to record for a while now, and I have no clue. So I am just back here on Crystalline and I want to figure out what happens in the story. I'm actually very curious. So we're just going to go ahead and load up our game and we're going to get right into it. A knock on my door jolts me awake. I sit straight up in the bed and barely notice a tiny yelps as the pongo tumbles to the floor. Hello? The knocking stops.
It's Leanna. Are you about ready?
No. I rub my eyes and blink at the feeble rays of light feeble rays of light outside. What time is it?
On. We need to get a move on if we want to make a good time.
She's right. Dawn, there's no good reason anyone should be awake at this hour. True. I attempt to lay back down in my bed when the knocking starts again. Alright, I'll be there in a minute. The noise stops, I yawn and stretch, then notice the pongo on the floor. What are you doing on the floor, buddy? Weren't you sleeping on the bed? The pongo wiggles and shoots me an accusatory look. Oh, he sounds angry. I glance at the slight indentation on my pillow and back at the blue mass on the floor. Sorry, I didn't mean to knock you off. He looks cautiously at me, then hops onto the bed and up onto my head. He nips at my hair and then jiggles. I guess that means he's forgiven me. I push myself to my feet and begin getting dressed. Once I've grabbed all my things, I push open the door and nearly collide with Liana. Whoa!
Are you ready to go?
Yeah. Liana nods, then leads the way out of the inn. I follow her through town as we head north. It's a lot quieter than when we first arrived, as the town gradually begins to wake up. We don't run into many people on the street, although the shops aren't open yet. I can see the shopkeepers busy prepping for the day. Right before we reach the edge of town, a guard stops us.
There's been heightened bandit activity reported on these roads.
Liana's brows crease.
Are the roads closed?
No, but until we get a handle on the bandit activity, we're advising everyone to stay in town.
We can't stay.
Where are you headed?
We're headed to Illumia.
The guard notices the sigil on Liana's manipulator.
You're a mage knight?
She nods. As the guards turn his focus to me, I draw attention to the blade on my hip. He nods gruffly, then moves out of the way.
Just be careful out there.
Thank you.
She motions for me to follow her. Once we're back on the familiar dirt path, I take one last look at the Meadow Hill village before refocusing on the road ahead of me. Well, that's so pretty. I love that art. Our trek along the path is peaceful. The forest gradually awakens with birdsong and the scuttling of woodland animals. Having grown up in the city, the sounds of nature still startle me, and I glance at every rustle of the leaves. Liana, though, seems unfazed. Her eyes routingly survey her surroundings. Suddenly, she freezes. I nearly bump into her. What the?
Shh.
I fall silent as she listens. When she speaks, her voice is a whisper.
Did you hear that?
I strain my ears, listening for anything out of place. Then I hear the voices among the trees. Bandits? A strangled scream pierced the air, scaring a flock of birds into flight.
Someone might be in danger.
Her previous caution abandoned Liana's spirits towards the sound, and I follow at her heels. We both take cover as the trees open up, revealing a man in trench coat surrounded by 5 bandits. One more bandit lies motionless on the ground. Upon seeing their fallen comrade, the bandits all unsheath their weapons. 3 of them hold long swords and 2 of them point guns. The trench-coated man doesn't stir. His dark hair falls over his eyes, and I can't see his face.
You won't get away from us this time. Take him out.
The man pushes open his coat and draws 2 guns as the bandits converge. Liana sets her jaw.
Stay here.
What? As soon as the words fall from her lips, she races out from the trees. Her hair whips behind her and her white coat tails billow in a graceful arc. She moves faster than any human, as if the air is pushing her forward instead of dragging her down. Her gauntlet hand clenches and a blue sphere glows, then disappears as she smashes her first into the nearest bandit. He flies away from her and crashes against a tree before crumpling into a heap.
A mage knight?
She must be with him.
Or she's after the bounty. Take her out too.
The mysterious man fires a hail of purple blasts at the bandit, catching one of them in the chest. Liana deflects the sword from another bandit with her own blade. I can't just sit here and do nothing, I have to help. Ignoring Liana's command, I unsheath my sword and charge into battle. Click the matching icon. What? Wait, what? I don't understand. Ah! Oh, I get it. Okay. I win! I was so confused. Liana breathes heavily as she surveys the bodies around her. She glances at me and the stranger who's still standing.
Anyone hurt?
I do a gentle pat down on myself and wince at my bruises. Nothing major. Liana nods, then she fidgets with her manipulator. The man stays silent as he inspects his gun. Now that I have a better look at him, I realize that although his fierce skull makes him seem tough, he doesn't look that much older than me. His hair has a habit of falling around his eyes, but as he pushes it back, I notice a long scar cut across one eye. Once satisfied, he chucks his gun back into his belt and gets to his feet. He nods at us.
Thanks.
Then he turns away.
Wait!
He pauses.
Where are you headed?
Why?
There might be more bandits around. We should team up if we're going in the same direction. Safety in numbers.
Does she have a thing for him? What about me? He studies us in stony silence, then his gaze flicks to her manipulator and he relaxes slightly.
Where are you going?
We're headed to Illumia.
Me too.
Liana
From
nods.
the Mage Guild?
Yes.
I'm Kayuri. Hi, how are you? I can't shake your hand because you're not real. Someone help me. I have to drink. So many words. Okay, continue.
Zach.
All of us glance at the little blue Pongo who seemingly pops out of nowhere. And this is our little friend.
See.
The Pongo blinks at Zach, who stares him down. The Pongo bounces uncertainly. Zach's unblinking stare nerve wavers, so the Pongo scoots behind my leg for safety.
Now that introductions are over, let's get moving.
Zach waits for us to collect our things, and once we're all set, we head back onto the road. Liana and I lead the way. The Pongo keep pace with us, while Zach hangs a few steps behind us. Ask about Zach's weapon, ask about Liana's speed, ask how Zach knew she was in the Mage Guild. I have nothing to ask. Let's ask about Liana's speed. Liana, I saw during the fight how were you able to move so fast?
Oh, I cast wind magic to manipulate my movements.
Oh, so like putting on a speed buff.
They're small adjustments, like shifting the draft to move me forward, or using a breeze to help lift me during jumps.
Damn, that sounds awesome. She grins.
The next time you're lagging behind, I'll use my wind to give you a little boost.
That would be amazing. I can already imagine myself running like the wind. Liana seems pleased by my reaction. Let's ask about Zach's weapon. So what type of gun is Zach carrying?
You mean his discharger?
What's a discharger? I hear a sound behind us. Zach raises an eyebrow when I turn to look at him.
Did you hit your head or something?
Liana looks a little uncomfortable.
He's not exactly from around here.
Zach crosses his arms.
I see.
There's a pause. So, a discharger?
It's a weapon that uses crystal spheres to power it.
So it is a gun.
Maybe?
The spheres are the bullets. Well, it's kind of the magazine in some sense because it's used to fire bullets, or in this case, bolts of energy. Leanna looks uncertain. Although it made sense in my head, I can see why she might be confused. Never mind, I got it, thanks.
Sure.
She smiles. I feel Zach's gaze on me, but his expression is hard to read. Ask about how he knew about the guild. How did Zach know you were in the Mage Guild?
He saw my emblem.
She lifts up her arm and points to a sigil on her manipulator. What exactly does the Mage Guild do?
We investigate any type of magical anomaly. The Mage Guild in Havengard is actually headquartered in Illumia.
Sort of like a police force. Leanna furrows her brow.
Police?
Like how detectives go out into the field to solve mysteries.
A little like that.
It now makes sense as to why both the guard in Meadowhill Village and Zach relaxed after seeing Leanna's emblem. Well, it looks like that guard was telling the truth. There definitely are bandits on this road.
Yeah.
There's something in her voice which makes me think she doesn't completely agree. What is it?
It's just, well, for bandits, they were pretty well equipped.
She stares hard at Zach, but he doesn't react. What does that mean? Are they not bandits? Leanna continues to look at Zach.
I'm not sure.
They were bandits.
She looks sharply at Zach, obviously caught off guard.
Sure.
That didn't sound too convincing. The subject drops, but I still feel a little unease. If those guys weren't bandits, then who were they? And why were they attacking Zach? Maybe he's a bad guy. What if he's like dangerous? Oh, I'm regretting my life decisions now. No, I'm just kidding. The questions circle my mind as the conversation lulls to silence. Leanna leads the way, though she seems to have something on her mind. Zach trails from behind. He remains on heightened alert. We traveled together for quite some time with no further interruptions. I could feel my legs start to burn from all the walking. Leanna squints at the sky.
We should make camp before it gets dark.
Zach nods.
There's a good spot up ahead which hides us from view. It'll still give us visibility on any intruders, though.
Sounds good. Zach leads the way and soon we reach the clearing. The three of us get to work setting up camp. I roll out of my bedroll near the campfire and notice how thinly it spreads on the ground. Can this thing really be comfortable? I guess there's only one way to find out. I lie down on the bedroll and place my hands behind my head. This isn't as bad as I thought. A yawn escapes my lips. I could definitely fall asleep here. Oh my god, that's so pretty! Look at it! Oh my god, that's so beautiful! My gaze lingers on the night sky above. The moon hangs in the inky sky, dotted with so many pinpricks of silver light. They sparkle vividly, as if trying to chase away the dark. I breathe out a breath in wonder. I never knew that stars could shine so brightly. I try to pick out a few constellations, but the star patterns above are unfamiliar.
What are you looking at?
I quickly sit up at the sound of Leanna's voice. She holds two steaming bowls in her hands. I accept one of the bowls with a smile as she sits beside me. Just admiring the sky. This place is really beautiful. Back where I live, you don't get to see many stars.
How come?
Light pollution. Our cities are filled with so much light that it drowns out the stars. Leanna gazes at the sky. Thoughtfully at the sky.
Right. It's a little harder to see the stars in town than it is out here.
I shake my head. Oh, what'd I do? My bad. That's not the same. Some nights I don't see the stars at all. Her eyes widen in surprise, then she places her chin in her hands.
A night sky without stars.
She looks at me.
What's your world like?
It has really cool tech. Its bad humans are a plague to the planet. Different, but more or less the same. I would say it's different, but more or less the same. It's kind of like here, but kind of different. She stares at me, waiting for me to elaborate. We don't use crystals or have magic, and we definitely don't have pongos. I glance at Pongo snoozing beside me. Leanna smiles at his soft snores. But we do have forces and towns. We speak languages and have our own versions of demis and shops and guilds. We also have weapons and martial arts.
Like Kendo.
Yep.
That sounds like it'd be an interesting place to visit. I wonder what it's like to live in a world with no crystals.
You don't want to live here. She tilts her head back and returns her gaze to the sky. Underneath the moonlight, her pale skin seems to glow amidst the darkness. Her face softens as she smiles.
You're right. The stars really are beautiful.
We fall into a comfortable silence as we enjoy the tranquility of the night. After we finish eating and cleaning up, Zach approaches us.
It's getting late.
Liana nods.
I'll take first watch so you can rest.
All right, I'll take second watch.
I guess that just leaves me with a third. Zach stares unblinkingly at me, while Liana coughs nervously.
That's okay. We had an early start, and I'm sure you're tired. We should rest up and sleep through the night.
See, I don't trust him taking first watch. She's right, I'll do that, whatever. Do you guys not trust me? I'll just say she's right. I trust her, so... Alright, thanks. She smiles warmly. Good night! Zach nods, then Liana crawls into her bedroll. As she lies down, Zach positions himself against a tree and takes a seat. See, I kind of want to get to know Zach a bit, so... If we're going to be traveling together, I should make an effort to get to know what kind of person he is. I walk over to Zach. Hey. Mind if I sit? He gestures for me to join him, so I do. Obviously, I'll have to lead the conversation. So, how's the weather? Zach stares at me. Alright, let's switch gears. Are you a cat or dog person?
Is this going anywhere?
I sigh. I'm trying to build up some trust here, but you've got to meet me halfway. Zach looks away. Great. I guess he doesn't want to talk.
Dog.
What?
I prefer canines.
Oh, cool. The silence creeps in again. So, we're all going to Illumia.
Yep.
What brings you there?
I'm meeting someone.
Oh, a friend?
Someone from work.
What do you do?
I'm a mercenary.
I don't know what that is. Suri, what's a mercenary? Mercenary is an individual who hired to take part in an armed conflict but is not part of a regular army. Okay, so he's like, I still don't understand, but this explains so much.
What does?
Everything about you. The angst, that hard-boiled exterior, the frequent cold shoulder. You're totally the brooding main character from one of my JRPGs.
What are you talking about?
He stares at me and I smirk. That's exactly how one of those MCs would react.
So, why are you going to Illumia?
Liana's taking me to the Mage Academy. He studies me again.
Are you a mage? You don't have a manipulator.
I shake my head. No, I'm looking for answers. He nods in understanding and doesn't pry. Although I try to stop it, a yawn
You
escapes.
should get some sleep. We have an early start in the morning.
That sounds familiar. I push myself to standing. Good night. He nods. I lie down in my bedroll and scooch around to get comfortable. I try closing my eyes to sleep, but something still doesn't feel right. Oh yeah, I need a pillow. Sitting up, I look around for anything I can use. My gaze falls on the Pongo, who now rests beside Liana. I'll just make do. The little Pongo rolls over in his sleep. I don't want to disturb him. Plus, that'd be pretty rude. I don't find anything else suitable and decide to just make do without one. Lying back down on the bed, I close my eyes and everything and eventually drift to sleep. Alrighty guys, that is all that I'm going to be reading for right now. If you guys are enjoying the storyline and want me to continue, do hit that like button. Make sure to comment down below letting me know that you enjoy and want more. Make sure to subscribe to Pick Up a Cub if you aren't already, and if you guys are interested, you guys can go to my Patreon and you can support me and get rewards in return. Also guys, you can go and follow me on all my social media down in the description down below. You can find my Twitter, my Instagram, my Discord, and my Snapchat. I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Mwah!